Looks maxing is something I never really got into. Smashing your face in with a hammer, like you doing that yourself to yourself voluntarily. If you did that in my high school, you know, there'd be a special class for you. Let's just say that. Clavicular just had a nose job, and I've been having a blast just seeing his face. He looks like a smooth SpongeBob. Julian, can you look up smooth SpongeBob for me? Yes, that's Clavicular right now. We're gonna watch how we got here in the story, all right? Like, subscribe. We got 16K subscribers, which is fucking insane to me. And let me know what you think. All right, enough yapping. Let's get into this.
Less than a year ago, Clavicular went from a niche looks-maxing forum user to one of the most talked about streamers on the internet. He'd convinced a huge following of young men that you could engineer your way to a perfect body, a perfect face, and a perfect life. And he sold himself as living proof it worked. Then he was forced to stop faking it, and the whole thing came apart in a single month. He OD'd live on stream and ended up on life support. He finally quit the testosterone he'd been on since he was 14, and the body he'd sold to millions collapsed into a meme almost overnight. An ex sued him, accusing him of assault and injecting her with an unapproved drug on a live stream while she was underage. Both of his YouTube channels got terminated. He got kicked out of the Miami club.
God damn, yo, he's stacking these up, bro. Yo, I'll be honest with you, bro. If you go to the gym 4 times a week and do the exact same workout, hitting legs, arms, that's it. Just legs and arms, maybe back and chest as a man, and ass as a, I say ass, glutes as a woman, right? Bro, you will look better than 70% of people. Like, and I don't want you to have the mindset to compare yourself to people, but you will look, in America, a place where everyone is nearly fucking obese, you will look better than 70% of people. But you shouldn't have that mindset. You should have the mindset of just being able to wake up every morning to walk a mile, being able to take deep breaths, being able to lift your girlfriend, being able to like basically peak your humanity, like level up, bro. Level up. You don't want to level up. Like you have to want to like upgrade your body without cheating. You think looking good is gonna make you like get what you want in life? No, bro. And there's no way to cheat that. You can't cheat your body, your actual body composition.
He'd risked everything to be part of, and he got caught buying the followers that made him look big in the first place. Because
he looks sick, bro. He looks sick. He actually looks fucking sick.
here's the thing about Clavicular. The body was fake, the numbers were fake, the success was fake, and the second he stopped performing, there was almost nothing left underneath. This is the story of how the fakest creator on the internet ended up ruining his own life, in public and in real time.
Rescue 16 trying to respond, 20-year-old male overdose.
Hi, I'm the internet artificial intelligence life. Clavicular, aka Braden Eric Peters, is what happens when people get indoctrinated by incel ideology, particularly looks-maxing culture at a very young age. At the age of 14, Clavicular was so obsessed with the idea of optimizing his appearance that he'd spend dozens of hours a day on looks-maxing forums and experimented with various testosterone supplements.
Take me back to 14-year-old Braden. What was the exact moment you decided that natural puberty wasn't enough?
I thought, why would I work out as a natural, take years to make the progress that I can make in months? It didn't make sense to me at all. I was never worried about side effects, I was just worried about progressing.
That all-or-nothing mentality came to define Clavicular's approach to being a content creator, as he engaged in increasingly dangerous and degenerate lifestyle choices to
Like, isn't this guy wearing a feet hat? Yo, I can't fucking talk today, bro. Julian, can you get footage of him just getting his hat ripped off where he has like a fake wig?
Initially, he sold courses and created content that encouraged viewers to have potentially harmful medical procedures to improve their facial structure and height. Not long after, Clavicular started taking illicit substances as a way to enhance his physique and regulate his mood while he was out IRL streaming.
Now, I will tell you guys the real truth. I don't know if I'm being a snitch. I've never seen someone snort meth ever in real life. I literally witnessed Clav snort meth. Literally. Witnessed it. And I didn't know how to feel.
Speaking of streams, Clavicula made it a point to partake in any and every opportunity to be a complete degenerate for the sake of farming clips. He'd talk down to women, inject his girlfriend with fat-melting peptides, and collaborate with the most offensive IRL streamers like Jack Doherty and Neon.
You're you.
I'm me?
You're like meaning like you embrace yourself.
You have lip fillers too.
Where? I don't have no lip filler. I broke my lip.
No, you have lip fillers. Come on. Don't lie to me.
I'm a lip.
No.
Clavicula's brand is built on two things: presenting himself as an authority figure in personal improvement, and flaunting his looks at clubs and parties. Beyond those factors, Clavicula doesn't really have that much else that makes him an entertaining creator. So, to keep viewers engaged, Clavicula is always looking for the next daring thing he can do on stream. This is why in my last video on him, I said Clavicula's downfall was almost guaranteed if he continued on his current path. Well, it seems I was right. On the 24th of December 2025, Clavicula was repeatedly harassed by a stream sniper while he was IRL streaming. This wasn't the first time this particular individual invaded Clavicula's stream, and he was already fed up with people messing with his stream, especially after being swatted a few days prior.
Everyone's always talking about the energy, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody's hands right now. Hands up. Everybody hands. Hands. Get back. Get back. Everybody else get back. Get down to the ground. Get back, sir. Get down to the ground. Everybody's hands out. Put your hands out straight. Put your hands out straight. Are you guys calling the police?
Regardless, the way Clavicula intended to handle the problem was bound to make things worse.
Yeah, I know the best course of action.
Why did he get swatted? What was the issue? What happened that day?
I want to kill each and every one of these guys.
In
GTA.
No, I want to.
Well,
Instead of avoiding the stalker or calling the police, Clavicula decided it would be better to just run the guy over after he jumped on his hood.
See, shit like this doesn't happen to healthy civilians. You get what I'm saying? If you're living a regular life, or even if you're making content, there are millions of content creators to whom a guy doesn't hop on the hood of your van and hit you with the Let's be real. Let's assume you decided to be a content creator. Do you foresee that possibly happening to you? Do you foresee making any kind of content that will make anyone do this to you?
The stalker was still alive and only had some injuries. However, that didn't mean Clavicula was off the hook yet, as his Kick page was banned that night, and the possibility of serious legal repercussions was still hanging over his head.
Clav.
Yo.
Hey.
My streams, I got banned on Kick. I don't know.
No, they didn't ban you. Listen, I'm live. Don't worry. Like, you need to just go on IG Live. You need to be live, okay? You need to be recording something, okay? You need to be live for this.
I'm recording. I'm recording.
Okay. What are they saying they're gonna detain you?
They haven't spoken to me yet, but I'm not gonna say anything without
a lawyer. Correct. Just do not say.
Anyone?
Yes, of course I do. Look, just hang tight, record, don't say anything. Don't answer questions, and just don't say anything, okay? I let it play out, but you need to be recording. Somebody needs to record you.
The whole thing's being recorded, but I need,
Don't worry about that. Yes, I know what you need, and trust me, yes, I got you.
Speaking of legal matters, you may
With Base 44, a simple sentence becomes your website.
be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platform. Not Clavicula, he had already got to sound sympathetic to mitigate any future charge between making. Said, let's get right back into the video. In the days that followed, Clavicula swung between making fun of what happened and trying to sound sympathetic to mitigate any future charges. However, since he had already gotten his Kick page back and hadn't heard from law enforcement, Clavicula wasn't too keen on taking the situation seriously. Fortunately for Clavicula, the new year brought with it the confirmation that he wasn't going to be charged.
Major mail. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Dubs in the chat for that. Dubs in the chat. Holy fuck.
In many ways, Clavicula got everything he wanted out of the situation.
This situation was kind of fucked, bro, because he did kind of prove the point that if you were good looking, you could get away with like almost killing somebody that was uglier than you. Like, he proved that, look, if you look good, right, and someone is harassing you and you almost run him over and kill him, you know, it's you sturdy, like you come on, he's Clav, bro, he's Clav, come on, he's famous, he's rich, he's handsome, come on, we really gonna put a rich, handsome white boy in jail because he ran someone over? He wasn't a Cybertruck, guys.
Legal backlash, the stream sniper left him alone, and the clips of the altercation were going viral. So much so that people who had never heard of Clavicula were getting bombarded with news of his antics. How this guy is relevant is stunning. I didn't hear of him until then, and now I see him mentioned everywhere. The Cybertruck incident rapidly became somewhat of a calling card for Clavicula, as he and his viewers would frequently reference it on stream.
I've broken up with girls for a lot less than that, to tell you the truth.
There was a person under there.
Oh my god, bro. We gotta actually...
That's disgusting. I'll be honest. I think that's disgusting.
I knew I should have said, no, Neon, let's just stay in the other black truck and not done this.
The fact he had simultaneously gotten away with running someone over and received a massive surge in popularity gave Clavicula the impression that he was invincible to the consequences of his antics. In his mind, doing outrageous things on stream and drumming up controversies were the best way he could prolong his time in the limelight. What people were saying about him or what he did to get them talking didn't matter to Clavicula. He wanted to be the center of attention without offering anything of substance. Creating the illusion of importance through online discourse was Clavicula's way of sustaining his career as an influencer. Clavicula was playing with fire, and unfortunately, it was only a matter of time before he got burned. From early January to mid-June 2026, Clavicula took every possible opportunity to generate controversy for the sake of staying at the forefront of people's minds. In January, he went on a number of streams with some of the manosphere's most divisive influencers. With names like Sneeko, Nick Fuentes, and Andrew Tate on his streams, Clavicula didn't have to worry about where his next controversial clip was going to come from. However, one particular stream would end up causing a lot more trouble than he expected. During an IRL stream at a club in Miami, Clavicula and a few of the major figureheads of Red Pill content decided to jam to Kanye West's controversial HH song. Following that night out, Clavicula faced a—
Yo, bro, like that whole group is just so fucking cringe, bro. That, like, none of them get no pontang, bro. None of them do, bro. Like, they're just like jerking each other off. They're like, none of them actually like have any like valuable women around them or any sort of like psychological desire to elevate like thoughts. They're just there jerking each other off of their manhood and fame and money. Like, it's so surface level. It's like middle school. It's like a bunch of middle schoolers.
A massive wave of negativity from the Jewish community, and in response to some of the backlash he was getting, Clavicula had this to say: "It's just a song. No problem with rap songs about drugs and murder though." Online hate was going to be the least of Clavicula's worries, as he'd also been banned from almost every club and restaurant in Miami.
I know how to take a joke.
You know I'm genuinely banned from like everything?
No way.
Like I tried.
Hold on. So you literally cannot walk into a... Shut the f*** up.
Dude, I tried. I tested it. I tried to get dinner, banned. Tried to go to the club, banned. Tried to go to another club.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Kiss the wall.
Bro, I might have to.
Just Clav.
Like I'm not. I politics.
Turns out the government tracks.
Oh my god. I gotta get fucking YouTube Premium, bro. You know what? After this video, I'm getting YouTube Premium.
I'm here for the bit.
No, stay here, Clav.
By February 2026, Clavicula was in the headlines again for getting arrested using a fake ID to obtain alcohol and possession of illegal drugs.
It's gonna be fine. I mean, everything was done properly.
After being taken into custody, viewers thought he'd be facing some serious time behind bars, since some of his charges were felonies. Fortunately for Clavicula, law enforcement would later drop the charges due to, quote, no reasonable likelihood of conviction, and released him from prison. As soon as—
what I'm saying? Good-looking white man with money in America is a cheat code, bro. If you're white, I do feel like you should look good, bro. I can understand why some of these incels went all the way to look max, because that was basically their green card to like fame and fortune and bitches. That was it. That's all they ever wanted.
he got out, Clav used the momentum from the news of his arrest to promote his debut at a fashion show. No matter how much trouble Clavicula puts himself in, he somehow finds a way to avoid facing consequences. However, it seems Clavicula wasn't satisfied with causing problems in his own life and wanted to cause chaos in other people's lives as well. Despite seemingly being in a relationship, Clavicula had developed a habit of seeking out other women in clubs and taking them back to his house. As strange as it sounds, his girlfriend was aware of his actions and didn't seem to make an effort to stop him. So much so that some of the girls he'd bring over would question whether he was in an open relationship.
Is it an open relationship?
No. Like, what are you
Just
trying to say?
asking, because you were getting spam called like 5 minutes ago by somebody.
Well, what kind of man do you think I am?
If you guys are in an open relationship, you can say that.
What does that even mean?
It means that you're together, but you guys allow each other to get with other people.
Each other? What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, it's weird as fuck, but I'm asking you if that's what you're in.
You're gross.
The girl in the car was the creator Jenny Popach, and the pair were on their way to Clavicula's place. However, before they arrived, he had some foreboding questions to ask her, particularly a question relating to his girlfriend, Violet Lentz.
Who would win in the fight? You or Violet?
It's your stream, Clav. Why don't you answer? I probably have more adrenaline. Adrenaline.
Unfortunately for Jenny, she was about to find out why Clavicula—
That's a really weird question to ask. Like, ask another girl, like, who would win, you or my girlfriend? That's a weird question. I'll be honest.
Clavicula was asking such a strange question, as her and Violet would be involved in a full-out brawl a few minutes after reaching the Airbnb. In the aftermath of the fight, Clavicula and Violet tried to paint Jenny as the aggressor.
Broke into my house when we were supposed to club at 12 p.m., didn't arrive till 3 a.m. We were asleep, and she literally came into my house and went through all our shit, did not wake us up with her mother that scratches her ass and smells it, which I thought was for the camera.
Yo, she looks like a meth head. I'm not gonna hold you. She looks like one of those crack. She looks like that woman from Breaking Bad. Yo, Julian, could you look up meth head from Breaking Bad? She just looks like her, but with like her teeth and skin intact. Like, look at the arms, bro. That's meth head arms.
I literally thought that was for the clickbait, but I watched her do it. I saw her mother do it with my own 2 eyes. So that's that.
Clavicula in particular claimed that he and his security were trying to break up the fight, but things got, quote, out of hand.
We were just trying to break it up, I'm not gonna lie. Anything that happened, I don't know, I have to watch the VOD, but me and Joe were trying to break that shit up, okay? It got a little out of hand, so me and Joe were trying to break that shit up, but yeah, way too far, man.
A few days later, Jenny published her side of the story, and it revealed some very important details that Clavicula and Violet left out. Jenny claims they orchestrated the entire situation for the sake of getting clips.
Yo,
They
no way. No. What? You're telling me he asked you if you could beat up his girlfriend, and then you got there and his girlfriend tried to beat you up, and you think they made that shit up? No fucking way, bro.
On the 26th of March 2026, during a 30-day streaming marathon, Clavicula and a few other creators went out boating in the Florida Everglades. After a couple minutes of speeding and messing with firearms, the group spotted an alligator floating in the water. While they could have done the sensible thing by just observing the animal and going on their way, Clavicula decided it would be more entertaining to discharge their firearms into the creature.
Sure.
Ooh.
Granted, the animal was deceased before they got there, but that didn't negate the fact that what they did was a crime. They were unlawfully discharging a firearm in a public space. And to make matters worse, the discharge rounds were into a protected species. Although, it seems the animal wasn't Clavicula's only intended target, as he'd also fire randomly into the area with little regard for the safety of other people nearby.
Oh!
My trivia. I just heard somebody.
You're never supposed to. What the fuck? Nah, bro. This nigga was wild. He just shot straight in a straight line, bro. He just shot. He didn't even try to take it up. He didn't even try to take it down. Just straight line. Whatever is in this vicinity is just getting it, bro. That's crazy.
On the 3rd of June, Clav went on Kick and streamed his own nose job from start to finish, with a stream titled First Ever Live Streamed Rhinoplasty, featuring Dr. Miami. For about...
Also, why would you go to Dr. Miami for a nose job? That's like... He does BBL. Doesn't he do BBLs? He does like BBLs, right? Like, and tummy tucks and stuff for girls. Why would you go to him for like a nose job?
2 hours, thousands of people watched a surgeon work on his face live. That surgeon was Dr. Michael Salzhauer, the celebrity guy known online as Dr. Miami, and somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000 people tuned in to watch. While he operated, he explained to the chat that he was narrowing Clavicula's slightly uneven nostrils toward what he called the perfect beauty standard, and the whole thing went fine with no complications. Reactions, however, were split between people who were fascinated and those who were...
We officially reached the point where surgeries is content. Bro, this is actually fucking insane. We're there, bro. We are living in a Black Mirror episode, gang. I swear to you, this is not like... This shouldn't be. This whole situation is just like sick, bro.
Grossed out that cosmetic surgery was now just content. The next day, Clavicula posted a recovery update saying that he was healing fast and could almost breathe again. Here's the funny part though. Nobody was talking about his nose. He'd just streamed a major surgery to thousands of people, and all anyone wanted to talk about was the body he'd lost. He fixed his face and still couldn't pull the attention back to it. The shrunken physique...
For a dude whose whole thing is looks maxing, his legs are lame as hell. Damn, bro. He looks like he's been in a wheelchair for years. Yo, bro, his legs are thin as hell, bro.
Was the story now, and nothing he did to his nose was going to change that. While Clavicula was busy rebuilding his face, the empire around him was quietly coming apart too. On the 6th of June, Clavicula posted a video to X stating that he no longer had anything to do with Bakara and that he'd sold his shares. He wasn't sentimental about it either. He tried to play it cool and said he didn't care about Bakara anymore, that he'd already made his money and flipped it, and also took a shot at the club by asking if people really thought it could work without him.
I don't give a shit about Bakara anymore. I already made my bag. I flipped those shares. It is funny though because like they thought that me not being there would like the club like just immediately.
Yo, you could see this like he's there, bro. You like every time there's a creator that like reaches a point where it's like you look into their eyes and like there's just look into those eyes, bro. Look into those eyes, bro. What do you see looking back at you? You feel me? Do you see joy? Do you see hope? Do you see aspiration? Do you see motivation? I see nothing, bro. I see a sad little boy. I see a sad little boy, bro. A little look maxer boy who smashed his face with a hammer, shot an alligator, injected another woman with medication in her face, cut his nose too short, and now is just lost in this world, bro. I feel bad for this kid, gang. I ain't even gonna lie. We're about the same age, but for some reason I feel like he's like he's like 14 for some reason. I don't know.
Come on.
But remember what we found earlier, Clavicular was never actually the owner. He was a promoter. He was the face of the business, while the Wack Nines ran things behind the scenes. So this story he's telling now, the smart guy who cashed out on top, doesn't really add up. He hinted at some bigger move beyond Miami, but gave no details, and never said what he actually walked away with, if anything. If I was to take a guess here, and this is completely speculative, I would say the Israeli mob club owners potentially started seeing Clavicular as a liability and forced him out of the business while allowing him to save face by claiming he cashed out. Either way, the result is the same. The club he risked his health, his safety, and his relationship with his family to be a part of isn't his anymore. And then there's the detail that pretty much sums him up. Right as everything was collapsing, Clavicular got caught buying fake Instagram followers. After everything you've just watched, that shouldn't surprise anyone. The clip is on payroll, the campaign's worth hundreds of thousands, the popularity was fake from day one. Buying followers isn't some new low, it's just the same thing he's always done on a platform we hadn't looked at. And that's really what this whole story comes down to. The body was fake, the numbers were fake, the ownership at the same time.
He released this, yo, bro. His nose looks like, I think we already made that joke, but gang, yeah, bro. Go gym. Work on your personality. Read a book. You know, I don't know, talk to your mom, talk to your dad, talk to your grandma, learn something about the past. Talk to your little siblings, try to learn something about the future and those that are coming into it. Don't spend your time so focused at looking in a mirror and thinking that you're not good enough, because you are what you are and you can't change that. All right? Really, you cannot change who you are. You can change your body, you can change your whatever you want, but that is who you are. And if you want to grow and you want to develop, that is always an option, bro, but you cannot truly change. Your composition is what it is, and it'll be what it is when you die, all right? So make it the best of what it can be. It's your boy DVD. I love you. And I'll see you on the next one, all right? Peace.